Hello, everybody, and welcome to Riverbend Springs with me, Farmer Willie B. So, what are we doing here on Riverbend? Okay, I have decided to take on a challenge that has been created by a content creator by the name of Tony Joystick Geezer. I'll put a link to his channel in the description. This is called the Animal Whisperer Challenge. So this is going to be quite a challenge, so to speak. So the aim of this challenge is to make money from animals and the products that they produce. And you've got to advance through different tiers all the way up to tier 8, which is horses. So there are no contracts, no loans, and no selling crops, etc. So you're only allowed to sell the product that is given to you by the animals. So we start from scratch. We start with 500,000 and a 250,000 loan. And we start with tier 1, which is the chicken tier. So the aim of each of these tiers is to have 2 of each of the largest base game pens. So, for instance, with the chickens, we would have to... Let's just have a look here at the chickens. We would need to get 2 of these on your plot of land. You're not allowed to own the farmyard on whichever map you're doing. Now, this is open to any map you want. You can play it as you want on any map, but you're not allowed to buy the farmyards. So, as I say, the goal of each tier is to own 2 of the highest capacity barns. So, I would need to have 2 of these filled with the full 360 chickens in each, which would make 720 chickens. Now, once I have done that, I can then move on to tier 2, which would be the pigs. So, and then you kind of get the idea of filling up 2 of those large pig pens and then moving on to the next one and the next one. So any byproducts that any of the animals give you, whether it be eggs, wool, manure, milk, that kind of thing, that's all you're allowed to sell. You're not allowed to sell anything else. You're not even allowed to sell off the animals or the pens to move on to the next tier. So a list of all the tiers will be in the description of the video. Once you get to tier 8, you get to the horses. Now, once you get to tier 8, you've kind of completed the challenge. But you can do horses if you want to go a bit further. So, as I say, you can use a production chain if you wish. So, for instance, if you want to help along the way, you could buy like the spinnery or something and turn wool into another product and sell it that way. Just having a look to see what else I could. We'll go over the settings. So it's career mode only. The map is your choice. You start from scratch. Economy is on normal. You don't get the start farm, and you can turn off the guided tour. For the settings itself, for periodic ploughing, crop destruction, that everything's off apart from weeding, so you can leave the weeding on. No contracts are allowed. No loans, but you can lease equipment. So if you want to lease all your equipment, then go ahead and lease until you get enough money to buy your equipment. But we can have 1 contract per calendar month. So you're allowed to take one, and you can sell all, make the money from that contract. So you could do any contract you want, one a day or one a month, because it'll be 1 day months, or if you want to do 2 day months, you could do 2 contracts, etc., etc. Even though it does say no contracts, but we've Tony's kind of given the option to have 1 contract per month. If you want to make it easier for yourself, you can shut off weeds as well. To be honest, I think the settings you can put any way you want. Whichever way you want to do it, you can do it your own way. So, with that said, I hope it makes kind of sense, but if you watch the series, then you'll kind of get the idea of what we're going for. So my idea is to harvest the sorghum here, and once I've harvested it, I'm going to put 1 or 2 chicken pens down. As you can see, I've got a silo at the back because I've got no room to really put chicken pens down at the moment. So if you're choosing fields, as I say, you could choose any field you want, but you're kind of ideal if you're starting with chickens to pick a field that you can get the feed off to begin with. So I've rented out this Massey Ferguson here. There is nothing saying about hiring workers, so I will be hiring a worker for that. I bought the Lizard trailer. Now, this is just a standard one. This is not the Unreal capacity. And I've bought this Fendt tractor here. So I'm going to get a worker on this field at the moment. And I set him off. And then we can actually have a look at doing 1 contract today. But yeah, as I say, I'm going to put a couple of chicken pens up this end because it's much more flat up this end. So the area I bought is this area here. Now I do get a lot of area in here. I probably should have looked up the top there. I don't know. I've not really looked up the top. But here is too hilly, so it's going to cost me, and it's just going to make the ground uneven, very uneven. We can have a look up here. I don't think we get much in the way of land up here. It's completely hilly. Too hilly to put any pens or that on up here. Right. So yeah, I'll be putting the 2 pens sort of up this end here, and this will be the area I have for my chickens. Now, it does say 2 pens, but you can put as many pens on as you want. You've got to have a minimum of the 2 barns on each one. So we can have a look and see what the contract situation is. We have got a cultivating contract, fertilizing contracts. And what we could do is we could do a harvesting contract. They are not for the headers I've got. Stone picking, that's going to be a chore and a half, that one. And wood transport, but that's quite a high payout. May wait and see what kind of contracts we get coming through. That's for green beans. That one's red beets. These are going to take quite a while, so I'm not going to do them ones. Wait till I see something come up for maybe wheat or barley or something like that. We've got a cultivating contract here. That'd be a nice one to do. Quite a large field as well. But yeah, well, it's a good job I came back in time. I'd have got run over by my own harvester. So yeah, as I say, that's the kind of rules and the goal of the challenge. It is going to be quite a challenge. There's going to be a few months where there's nothing to do, so we skipped forward just to get back on track. But once we get through the tiers, I reckon once we're up to maybe tier 4, I think we're going to probably have enough to do to keep us going for each episode. We're going to have plenty to sell and plenty to do to look after our animals, so we should be able to have plenty to do once we reach maybe tier 4. So that worker's going to just carry on doing that. But yeah, this is a kind of, as I say, this is the starting point that I've got here. And I may just get more than 2 pens on here eventually. Out of the money I had, I'm down to just under 230,000. I will probably think about eventually buying a piece of land to put a small yard on. So I was thinking maybe if I could get fields in and around here that I can use, I could find an area that will just give me an area to build an actual yard in, so I've got kind of everything, everything close by, rather than having a field here, field down here, field over here. Try and keep it quite close. Even with these ones here as well, these would be quite good. So this kind of vicinity I want to stay in here. That way I've got all the tiers all in one kind of radius and make it easier for myself. So we look at the calendar with what our chickens actually eat. Barley, we could put barley in. We could put wheat in. The sorghum that we're harvesting now, so wheat, barley, and they don't eat oats because not even planting season for that or harvest season for that yet. So barley and wheat is something we could put in, so we probably need to rent out some equipment to get probably rent out the plow, a seeder. I'm getting a fertilizer spreader as well, because we're going to want to get the maximum yield from this. The yield we've got is only 32% on this field. So right, I'll get this finished up and then I will cut you guys back in and we'll get this all done and I'll get the equipment rented out and I shall see you guys back here in a moment. Okay, welcome back everybody. So that's the field all harvested now. I've taken the liberty of putting in one of the chicken barns. I filled it with feed and it's full with the first of the 360, it's full of 360 chickens. So now what I'm going to do is get this all ploughed up and we'll get this all seeded with some wheat once this gets going. It shouldn't take me too long to get this field ploughed. Apparently the theory behind it is if you plough it, you don't get weeds. So we'll see how that pans out. I'm not sure if they implemented that into FS25, but it was in FS22. So it definitely won't take me too long with this plow to get this field done. So as I was saying earlier, this is going to be quite a challenge, so I don't know if many people will take this on. It's not a challenge I've thought I would ever take on, but I thought I'll give it a try. Won't hurt to try. If it starts to become too much, then think of some other ways to complete the challenge, or hopefully not abandon the challenge. I don't want to abandon the challenge, but so I'm hoping there will be a few people that take the challenge on. Be interesting to see how everybody goes about doing the challenge and what maps they use. Will be very interesting. I may end up, might do some live streams on this yet, I don't know. If I start doing live streams, because of the lack of work to do at the beginning, it might not be feasible to do live streams on it. But I'm waiting for Calmsden Farms to come out, and I'll definitely be doing live streams on that map, because that is going to be one of those own the whole map kind of challenge for me for live streams. So that's going to be really interesting when Calmsden Farms comes out. So I have decided to do my first video today, being Monday, because I won't be doing any more videos until after I get back. I'll be after Friday, because I'm going down to the llama event. I'm going to go see all the other content creators. Farm Sim Snowy will be there. There'll be Farmer Cop. Giants will be there. So it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be great to meet everybody. So I'm looking forward to doing that. That's on the Wednesday and the Thursday. So I head down tomorrow. Right, so that is the ploughing done. Now all this equipment is rented out. I've not bought anything because I'm not going to need it very often. So I may as well take that back to the shop and return it. I'm not sure if I'll keep the harvester rented out just now, just in case we do contracts. So if we do contracts, then we're going to need the harvester. Or a contract, should I say. But yeah, it's just going to be a quick video just now. I'm not going to get everything completed today, but I kind of wanted to just give you a kind of insight into the challenge itself, so you kind of have a general idea of what's going on, what the challenge is all about. Right, we grab the seeder and we'll start getting some wheat in on the field. I'll get the worker on it anyway. Probably an easier option to get the worker on it. And then once he gets started, I've got it set on wheat, that's fine. It's been a bit of a struggle to kind of come up with a reason to really play FS25 at the moment. Obviously with lack of mods and maps that are being released. So yeah, I've kind of decided to put it off for a bit until I saw this challenge, and I was like, ooh, I'm intrigued as to what this challenge is. Right, so let's see what the worker is doing here. Oh, he's doing it anyway, so. Right, so yeah, as I say, I've got the chickens in, and I put the extra the extra sorghum into the silo. There was only about 2,000 litres left in the trailer, so as you can see, 360 chickens in that pen. I could buy another pen, but I'm not going to because I don't want to be too short on cash, because money is going to be hard to come by, especially early on in the game. But as you can see, we've already started producing eggs. I have got liftable pallets on, so yeah, I'll need to get a trailer for that. Like a small bale trailer or something. But yeah, this is literally, this is the start of the challenge, and yeah, I hope you will all follow this one. I'll get as many videos out as I can, but as I say, with the way the challenge is, early stages, there's not going to be a huge amount of content to begin with until we work our way up the tiers. So I'm hoping that we can get up the tiers and I can get more videos released. But yeah, I think I'll leave it here now, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment in the comment section below with your thoughts on the challenge or ideas for the challenge, and please consider subscribing if you're new to the channel, and please share with all your friends and family. So I hope to see you all in the next one, guys, but until then, bye for now.